Hi everyone, this is the first video on my channel in the new year, 2021. And so I thought it would be a good idea for this video to go over kind of what happened in 2020 and the beginning of my fostering journey, and to kind of talk about what I want to accomplish in the next year, which would be 2021. I got a new tripod and ring light for Christmas, so I'm trying to figure that out a little bit. So if anything looks a little weird, you can feel free to leave in the comments what looks weird and how I can fix it. But I'm experimenting with that a little right now. So I started fostering in April of 2020. Arwen was my first foster kitten, and she was about 3 to 4 weeks old when I picked her up. And that's where I started. She was already eating on her own, and she was one kitten, and that is how I wanted to start in fostering, so that I could ease into it a little bit and start learning before I took on something more difficult. Foster failed the one foster kitten, and I fostered 8 kittens in total between April and November. I haven't had kittens for about 2 months now. My shelter that I work with just doesn't have any for me to foster right now, which is a good problem to have in a way, but I also miss my kittens. I wasn't sure when I started fostering how long I would be fostering for. I didn't know if it would kind of be something I did for fun once and decided it wasn't for me, but I really do enjoy it and I want to do it for a long time. Probably one of the most rewarding parts of fostering this year were the litter of 3 kittens. I called them the chocolates. It was Peanut, Keith, and Snickers. And the reason they were the most rewarding was because I had to bottle feed them. I wasn't really ready or prepared to bottle feed, but they weren't doing really well on the wet food that I was told they would be eating. So I had to step in and bottle feed somewhat. For about 3 or 4 weeks old as well. And the littlest one was Peanut, and he struggled to gain weight, and that really scared me at first, but they eventually learned to take the bottle. And I was kind of proud because my foster coordinator couldn't even get them to take the bottle. But about the time they started taking the bottle, they started eating wet food as well. Actually syringe fed them at first, 1 drop at a time. And because they didn't want the bottle and I didn't know what I was doing, it took about an hour for every feeding, and I was feeding them 5 times a day to help them catch up on their weight a little bit. I don't have a lot of specific goals for 2021, but I do know a few things that I want to focus on. I of course want to start fostering again as soon as possible. As soon as I am able to get more kittens, I want them. By the time kitten season starts this year, I will have a new space for fostering, which is exciting, and I will be doing a room tour of that new space when I get settled into that. And maybe I can even foster multiple litters at once. I don't know. I'll probably start slow and get used to it a little bit first. I'm also looking into some different supplies that I will probably need, especially if I'm fostering younger kittens. Kind of making a list. Some of them are smaller things that I just haven't gotten around to buying yet, but also make it easier for me to foster. The biggest thing I want to do this year is to foster more bottle babies and even larger litters. The most kittens I had at once was 3, and I usually just had 1 kitten at a time. Like I said, I did bottle feed a little this year, but I wasn't prepared for it, and I know a lot more now, even just from going through that. And I think that I am a little more prepared for the next time they tell me I need a bottle feed. So I guess the third goal would be this channel. I really want to focus more on this channel as well. I know I've been kind of sporadic with my posting schedule for a number of different reasons. And I am not going to promise I'll do great at that in the new year, but I do want to try to do better at that. It's harder for me to be inspired to film and write scripts and edit and all that when I don't have kittens, because the kittens is what this channel is all about. And I'm sure it's not quite as interesting for you to watch either when I don't have kittens. Of course, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because that is probably where I will update first when I do get new kittens. And I'm also updating about Arwen, my resident cat, a little bit. I know she's not a kitten anymore, but I do post about her and kind of keep you guys updated about what's going on and when to expect more kittens. So you'll want to follow me there on Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any videos like foster introductions or that room tour everybody's been waiting on. And you can let me know in the comments below, what are your goals for the new year? What did you experience in 2020 that you have learned from and it's going to serve you better in the new year? See you next time.